Welcome back to In Business. Are you a high school student with an entrepreneurial flair? If you are, then you'll want to get involved with Summer Company. To bring us up to date on the details of this amazing program are two people directly connected to the program. Melissa Lopez is a client services assistant with the Mississauga Business Enterprise Center. Melissa is one part of an incredibly talented team at MBEC. The staff is always available to provide information on starting and operating a small business in Mississauga. Also with us is Diana Goodwin, the president and founder of AquaMobile Swim School. Diana is a former Summer Company participant from 2003. She took her summer company idea and now operates in 30 cities across Ontario and 25 cities in Florida. She has taught thousands of people how to swim in the comfort of their own home or condo pool. Welcome to both of you. Thanks for coming in. So Melissa, first of all, give us the details of Summer Company, how it works, how people get involved with it and register, and what are the prizes this year?
So the Summer Company is a program funded by the Government of Ontario, and we do deliver the program in partnership with that. So basically it's an opportunity, it's an entrepreneurship opportunity for students. So if you're between 15 and 29 years old, so could be a high school student or a university or college student, you are eligible to apply. Basically the program will offer you financial help, business training, and a mentor to be able to help you to start and run your summer business and get back to school in the fall. So that's another requirement. You need to be a returning student in the fall. Part of the application will be a business plan. So and our center is there to help you to develop the business plan. There is a wonderful and helpful template in the website that you can use as well. And after you get your business plan done, you're going to submit, go through an interview. After the interview is sent to the ministry, and if the ministry approve, in 2 weeks you get your check and you can get started.
Excellent.
So
does this sound all familiar, Diana? I mean,
Yes,
2003 sounds like a lifetime ago, I'm sure by now, but when you were applying for this in 2000, I don't know how long Summer Company's been around. I know it's been around for several years. When you were applying for it, are there any suggestions that you have for people that are applying now, maybe some hesitations you had or some pitfalls that you found?
Yeah, I mean, I remember having to put a lot of thought into the application process. I think it's, Melissa can probably speak to it, I think it's competitive, and I think you want to make sure you know the facts up front before you submit it, because even going through the process of writing that business plan will help you determine, is this a viable idea for the summer? Am I able to actually turn this grant into something, bigger and better? So I would definitely do the research and then use the center as well. Call up Melissa and get some advice, because I mean it can be daunting the first time you write a business plan, but it's well worth it. And I remember throughout the summer going back and looking at it and oh, those were some great ideas I had for the marketing side of things. So it's put the effort in up front.
So how did you come up with your idea? I mean you look like a swimmer, so I'm going out on a limb and saying that you probably had swimming in your background there.
I was, yes. So I started off when I was in high school. I was a swimming instructor, and I actually worked for the city of Mississauga for a while as a swimming instructor, and I realized I wanted to be able to do more one-on-one lessons instead of the big classes of 8 to 10 students. So I kind of thought about this idea, and around the same time I heard about the Summer Company program, and I thought, this is perfect. I can start going to people's homes and being able to give them one-on-one lessons, and that's exactly what I did. I started going to people's home pools to teach lessons, and kind of that kind of started the seeds of where I am now.
Where you're going. Melissa, what are some of the business ideas that you see coming across your desk, and what are some of the ones that are probably more apt to be approved than others?
There's a lot of creative ideas, but obviously summer typical business will be, because you have a high demand, they will have more chance to be successful. But your business plan, put the work in your business plan, do your homework, your market research, knowing your target and how you're gonna, what kind of marketing strategies you wanna do to be able to get them, and put that in the paper that can get you through the program as well. So we had a lot of creative ideas. I can give you some examples. For example,
please, yeah.
last year I had a high school student who proposed a business that she will collect from small business offices, electronics, and she sent to the factory to recycle the electronics, and that's how she made money, and she did very well. So it was a different idea, environmentally friendly idea, and she turned to a business. So there is a lot of possibilities.
All different kinds. I know we've seen landscapers and that have turned it into, but I think Black Tie was one of them, if I remember. He turned it into a business. Diana, when did you realize that I could make some money at this? I could really make a career out of this.
Yeah, well, it's, you know, I did keep the business going past that one summer, and you know, even though I was in school, university full time, that's kind of when I started to get other friends doing the lessons, and I started to get, you know, expand out into other cities. And I was actually I was working as a management consultant as my career after graduating university, and I still had the business going. I thought, you know, why aren't I dedicating more time to what I really love when this is, you know, this is my passion? And I kind of saw, you know, over time the business had been growing, and I thought, if this is what I can do part-time, what can I do if I dedicate myself full-time? And
so it's a great place to start to even think about that. Melissa, what kind of success rates do we see, like Diana, where they've actually taken the idea and continue it on afterward?
I can take base for last year, for example. I would say a lot of the students, I would say 10% would keep the business, and 50% would do it again next summer, because a lot of them can pay the tuition, the school tuition with that money. So even if you're not taking that specific business, keeping the business later, you're going to get skills, and you're going to have a lot of business knowledge that you can transfer for your career as well. So it's a great opportunity. The deadline for the program is May 17, but it's a very competitive process, so don't leave for the last minute.
Don't wait till the 17th.
No, not at all. And submit your application, do your homework. If you need our help, we are there to help you, because it's a great opportunity. Like Diana here, you can be 10 years later a successful entrepreneur, going to States, growing the business.
Hanging out in Florida, getting a tan while the rest of us. But it's a big job that you have. I mean, you're looking at 30 cities across the province, 25 in How did you get into Florida?
So I knew I wanted to expand outside of you know, just Ontario, and I was looking for somewhere where it was going to be less seasonal. That was one of my first goals. And Florida has, you know, over 1.1 million homes with pools. They, you know, warm climate, lots of kids. So that was kind of my first, after doing a lot of market research, that's the state I decided I would go to first. And it's the first in a series of states I plan to expand into in the near future.
For doing in-home pools and condos, it's a great place to be. There's lots of those around. Just a few seconds left, Melissa. What's your best piece of advice for people that want to get involved with Summer Company?
Check our website, mississauga.ca/mback. All the application and all the process. Or give me a call, 905-615-4460. And that's a great opportunity. It's a grant. You don't need to pay back. You can make money. You can learn skills and be an entrepreneur. So that's my best advice. Apply to the program.
That's great. Thanks, Melissa. Thanks, Diana, for coming in. Appreciate it. Thanks to our sponsors and our guests this week, Rishi Rajan, Melissa Lopez, Diana Goodwin, Gary Furlong, and Jeffrey Percival. Remember, you can stay up to date with the latest updates on business by following me on Twitter at www.twitter.com/David Wojcik. And if you have an idea for the show, send an email to me at dkvojcik@rogers.com. Come back and join us next Monday night. We will be here, we will be live, and we will be in business. Good night.